Right then, welcome back. Today we're doing this, the Superleggera event, and good tracks, apart from Macau. Macau's a twat. This is an absolute arsehole of an event. The bike is just beautiful. I mean, look at the state of that. I think I'd be more tempted to have it in the hallway or the living room as an ornament. However, it's a motorcycle and we're going to ride it, and it's digital, blah 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 and all that jazz. But oh my god, what an absolute pain in the arse this was. Everyone's on the same bikes, the AI are absolutely mental, and I struggled. It was difficult. We go into double figures at the first one at Laguna Seca, various ways of getting off the bike, running wide, into the corner, running wide, through the corner, running wide, in the braking zone, just losing the front, losing the back, getting on the power, in the gravel, in the tyre wall, you name it. We had pretty much a go at everything on this one. We finished 4th for attempt number 6. I didn't know what was up, and I guess I could have turned the difficulty down, but I guess I didn't want to. We're at 120 now, so we're going to stay at 120 and be damned to it, apart from the shit races at Macau. AI, mega aggressive. Attempt number 9, gets stuffed up the inside. Attempt number 10, again, is the final corner, losing the front, and I was unsure whether it was a problem with like the preload. If you go too low on the preload, you can ride off the side of the tyre, XYZ. However, attempt number 11, and we finally get it done. The key, or one of the keys for me, was getting a good excuse me, was getting a good start. Got a good start. I'm using anti-wheelie, engine braking, traction. I'm using a bit of everything because it's just so powerful and it weighs nothing. It will just spit you off at the absolute drop of a hat. But we get away, we get a good start. We're running them wide lines again, fast lines. I know it's naughty, the AI is tempted to come up the inside, but it is what it is. Lap 3, we run a bit wide, struggling to stop the thing more than anything else. Just couldn't get the braking right, the front end was not right. Lap 4 up into the corkscrew, nearly run very wide on the gravel. We never got more than sort of like a second, maybe 1.1 ahead. AI mega fast, absolutely ridiculously fast. Pressure to just stay at the front, and it was causing me to get tense and try not to make mistakes. It was just an absolute pain in the arse race to do, and I thought, it's okay, this will be the crap one and we'll get it out of the way, and I could not have been more wrong. But attempt number 11 with a 0.025 penalty into the last corner, we've got finish rider right up our backsides, and we finally get it done. But that was not enjoyable, not at all. That bike is very difficult to use, very difficult to use. I am gonna go to UMC and Magny Cores and have a muck about with it and try and find a setting that works in the sense that I can use it. Race 2, Portimao. It's wet, it's drenched. Obviously wet races start off wet and go dry as we go through the laps. Setup wise, it's front endy, but if you're too front endy, you just boil the front tyre, so on and so forth. So it was a compromise, and it was slippy. Oh my god, was it slippy. Attempt 1, we're off. Attempt 2, down into this first corner chicane that's a pain in the arse, we're off again. Attempt number 3, we clip the curb, it's wet, we get off, and everyone just rides through us and causes all sorts of bother. 4, we ride into the back of an AI rider. We're kind of ticking boxes, aren't we? It's like Motto, Martino, crash bingo on ride. Like, have you run into the back of somebody? Yep. Have you high-sided it? Yep. You hit a curb? Yep. Someone rammed you and knocked you off? Yep. Run wide in the gravel? Yep. You name it. I mean, look at the tyres. I mean, lap 3 of 5, there's still 2 laps to go, and the tyres are getting absolutely annihilated. Attempt 8, another AI rider. Yeah, you can get off, mate, no problem. Attempt 9, this is on me. A little bit of a naughty move to try and get across to that left-hand side of the track. So, we made it to double figures 2 races in a row. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm slacking. I might have to get some more hours in, because something's obviously amiss. But anyway, we got off the line, good start. This braking zone, I'll do a clip of it later on. It is absolutely naughty. Into this horrible chicane, stay away from the curbs, don't go anywhere near them, make sure we're not leaning the bike too far over, because we'll just be riding off the side of the tyre. And this this next left-hand bend up the hill is so bumpy. I still can't find a line through here, even on the weekly challenge, the BMW one that was this week. Oh my god, that corner is an absolute pain in the butt. But anyway, we're away, lap 2, look at the braking zone, back wheel off the deck, bike doesn't know which way to go, left or right or anywhere in between. Dry line already, so we're just cooking tyres. Yeah, they're not wearing out mega fast, but they're so squidgy, there's no support from them whatsoever, they're just not nice. End of lap 2, coming through the Craig Jones corner, AI straight up the inside, little bit of a block pass, kind of keep him out, don't let him come back across to the apex onto the inside line, and we managed to fend them off. But we never really got away. The tyres weren't liking the run down through these last few right-handers onto the start-finish straight. Oh dear me, not a nice place, not a nice place at all to ride a bike on wet tyres on a drying track. It was an absolute pain in the backside. I mean, what we're doing top speed wise, it's got to be pushing nearly 190 on it, 185, 187. Yeah, oh dear me, that braking zone as well. It's a filthy braking zone. It's good. It's like it's exhilarating. Well, it is exhilarating. It's like, come on, get on the brakes, back wheel off the deck. Like, ooh, are we going to stop? But it's just, you can see the bike. I'm fighting it left, right, and centre. But not a lot else happened. We just kind of stuck to our guns. There was no wild moments. I mean, on curbs there, that's naughty. It just was a case of not doing anything daft, not trying to override the bike. I was very guilty of that, and I am still very guilty of it. I've just got to learn to come back to sort of like 8.5, 9/10 and not try and push the bike to its limit. But it took a while. That was that 21 attempts to do 2 races. Yeah, we're doing well so far, and just to compound my misery, and I was feeling quite miserable because it was taking that, and not only that, the Xbox Series X has got an issue recording HDR game footage. It doesn't like doing it. It's melted a hard drive already. I don't quite know what I'm going to do to rectify it, because solid state drives are an absolute fortune still. But anyway, we're at Macau. The Xbox was pissing me about. The game kept going like freezing and going dark, and when you pressed the Xbox button, nothing was happening. But we're at Macau. I've already spanned it once. What, 2 corners into the race, and yeah, I don't like this place. It's not that I can't learn it. There's been conversations with people in the comments about, well, you just need to learn it to master it. Learning it's not the issue. I just don't like it. The game's not precise enough to be able to stick you on a circuit like this, where the margin for error is absolutely tiny. Not only that, some of the lighting effects are a bit weird, and it kind of creates a fog that you can't see through until it's too late. You are literally painting by numbers and just trying to hit braking markers to make sure you get the bike stopped and turned in. But this little bit through here, there is zero margin for error. Unless you are on exactly the right line through a corner, you're going to clip a barrier and you're in a world of trouble. But anyway, I'm going to shut up because I've rambled on and not took a breath for the last 5 minutes or so, and we'll see how we get on doing a what, 2:34.7. Ooh, that's a naughty target, that. So, through the last bend, when I couldn't find the right braking point, only the one crash so far, though that was nearly another crash. And we did it, but my word, we were close. I mean, sans crash, you would have been probably 228, 229, but anyway, 234.4, chasing a 234.7. It's done, I'll take it. I'm running away with my little gold medal, and I'm going to go to the Nurburgring GP circuit and not think about Macau again. So, number 4. Nurburgring GP circuit. Now I like this. Good circuit, fast circuit, big boy corners out the back of the the hairpin at the bottom of the circuit, and then that chicane up the hill, Schumacher S I think it's called, and then the left-hander and the right-hander after that. They are naughty, naughty corners. But I do struggle setting a bike up here. It is a bit of a pain in the backside. And yet again, the AI were absolutely on it. That bump there into the Valvoline curve, not a nice bump that, not at all. Into the forward curve, run too wide, in the gravel, we're off again, doing somersaults. Attempt number 3, run wide, come back on, guess what? AI's there, see you later mate, we're off. Wowzers, attempt number 4, we finished second, and not by a little way neither, by miles. There's the AI rider all the way down there. We did not do very well. Attempt number 5, run a bit wide, AI think, well, I don't care mate, there's like no AI recognition system on the game if you're on the inside of somebody, but your back wheels overlapping their front wheel, they're just going to ram into you. It's weird, very weird. So what are we? Attempt number 6, off the line, mega start, absolutely mega start. Although I am disappointed, only 12 riders on Series X, not 20, but you do a single race and there's 20. So I'll do a single race at some point. I'll use something at UMC or Magny-Cours, and we'll stick a 20 rider race on, and I'll start from the back and we'll see how much carnage it is. But anyway, through the first couple of corners, not too bad, bit scrappy. Again, I'm struggling. Look, the front tyre's hot already, the rear tyre's not really got anything in it. If you go any stiffer on the front, the bike falls off the side of the tyre. If you go any softer on the back, it just causes carnage and it just understeers and it's nasty. So again, try to ride at 8, 9 tenths, don't push it all the way. Watch what the AI are doing. They were very reactive to wherever I was on the track. If I went left, they tried to cover off left. If I went right, they try and cover off right. So you could sell them a dummy and kind of like fool them into thinking you were going to do something like that. It's not the greatest AI system in the world, but it's better than the Forza 7 Drivatar. That's an absolute heap of shit, but we digress. Nothing's got a patch on Gran Turismo for me at the minute. Excuse me again. I've had a cough for a while, haven't I? Oh dear, what is it? More than 2 weeks? We'll see. But anyway, lap 1, AI rider passed again, down through this mega fast right-hander, just tipping nice and early there, and then use this bit of access road on the right as your braking point. See what he's going to do. I know he's going to do. He's going to go through here, hold me up, and then he'll probably spanner it going through this last corner, because they are scrap through this last corner. They fall off left, right and centre. He'll run a bit tight, look. Crappy. There you go, just a kiss on the barrier. Bye mate. Very difficult not to follow him in, not to crash with him. But anyway, through lap 2, AI, no shits given again. Watch this, get through there mate. Wow, absolutely. Johan Kloppers, well he's going like the Kloppers, isn't he? Absolutely flying. Again, through the fast right-hander, going to be naughty here, stick it right on the outside, which becomes the inside for the second part of the chicane, and we'll see what happens. And what happens is, we just use a little bit of hip and shoulder, I know it was naughty, but what's done's done, it is what it is. Lap 4, again, run wide, little bit of almost like cork in bottle syndrome. They're quick, the AI on this. I mean, I've hip and shouldered him out the way once, and he's come back again. There was no margin for error, and if you run wide and get a time penalty, then it just makes it even worse. So the pressure, I don't know what it is. Is it because we're all on the same bike? I don't know, but oh my good lord, it was awful. But last lap, we've pulled out, what, half a second? Wow, like, be careful, don't get too giddy. Last lap, up the back straight, in towards this last chicane. Don't make a mess of it, don't get a time penalty, avoid the curbs, just about anyway. And through this last corner, and it's very easy on this one to run tight and just clip your head or shoulder on the barrier, and then you make a mess of it. But we've obviously done something right, because we've gone from half a second to 1.1, 1.2-ish, and that one's done. Hard races so far. I mean, the time attack at Macau, that was me crashing into barriers, but none of these have been easy. That's the biggest gap we've had for the last 3 races, so this was proper sweaty palms. This was grafting, absolutely grafting, to get these done. Last one, Mugello. I like Mugello, and I apologise for the footage. I was recording it in HDR, it knackered my hard drive, I had to go to a different hard drive. I've flicked back to SDR, still on 4K. I've upped the bitrate on the clips, but it's just caused all sorts of carnage. But attempt number 1, fighting with the AI crap. Attempt number 2, we ride off the side of the tyre, and I've mucked the setup up. Attempt number 3, we just clip the curb with the back wheel and we're off again. Attempt number 4, same again. Get on the curb, it puts a bit of a wave or a weave into the bike, and it just makes a mess of it. But the setup's not right, the front's cold, the back's warm, we're all sorts of places here. So I went to a hard rear tyre in the vain hope that that would move a bit of energy towards the front of the bike and give me a bit more support. Little bit on the front end to move a bit of energy backwards. Again, I probably shouldn't have done that. I should probably have just mucked about with a preload a little bit to just drive that energy into the tyres, but then the bike's sluggish, then it's leaning over too far, so I need to spend a bit of time doing it. So 10.5 off the start. Again, AI very aggressive across towards the left hand side of the track, but we stick it out. We're running engine braking 1, we're not running any traction control, which is probably a bad idea, but it'll put heat into the tyre as it spins, so you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And we get away alright, a little bit of a wheelie fighting the bike a little bit. But again, we don't get very far in front. It's a difficult race, a fast track, you've got to be accurate, the AI are on it. End of lap 2, into lap 3, what we're doing top speed wise, not quite 200, look for the 200 metre braking mark on the left there, and just after it just get on the brakes, and that is it's just nice. You're not going too mad, you're not braking too early, not braking too late. And we've got a bit of a gap. Whoa, careful on them curbs. We've got a second, I'll take that. However, watch how fast that comes down. It's gone from 1.2 to like 0.8 onto the last lap, 0.2 of a second. And it's our friend, Miss Masson, who is just putting the pressure on. And there was a little bit of cork in the bottle. I've just done a Harley Davidson race, and again, I lost loads of footage on that, but there's definitely a Harley Davidson cork in an R1 shaped champagne bottle on that one. I will talk about that when we get to it. But yeah, lap 5, half a second ish down the straight, stay to the right to keep out the slipstream for the following riders, and we're done. Wow, that was a difficult event. I'm not gonna lie, that was hard. There was not an easy race in there. Bike fast, feisty, very feisty, almost too powerful. It just ties itself in knots, but it's done. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave me a like, leave me a comment, let me know how you're getting on, and smash that subscribe button, because the quicker we get to 1,000, the quicker I'll do the 24-hour race. Yes, that's what I'm waiting for. We're only 800 away, so we'll get there soon, but stay safe. Fingers crossed I'll see you next time. Peace.